Hello, everyone. We know that change is the only thing which is permanent in our lives, so is in the nature. Let us find out major forces that reshape and change the surface of the earth through this video. Let us understand how the face of the earth changes constantly. The earth's lithosphere is broken into large slabs called tectonic plates. The seven major tectonic plates are the Pacific, North American, Eurasian, African, Antarctic, Indo Australian, and the South American plates. The Earth's surface is constantly being reshaped by two types of forces: endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Endogenic forces are responsible for the creation and modification of major landforms. Endogenic forces can be sudden and catastrophic, causing earthquake and volcanic eruptions. They can also be slow and gradual, building up the Earth's surface over millions of years through processes like folding and faulting. Major landforms that are created by the endogenic forces are fold mountains, block mountains, volcanic mountains and islands, dome mountains, rift valleys, and deep sea trenches. The exogenic forces wear down the Earth's surface through two key processes: weathering and erosion. The main agents of erosion are running water, wind, ice, glaciers, and waves. Running water of rivers create a variety of landforms through erosion and deposition. A waterfall is a beautiful creation of a river. A waterfall is formed when a stream flows from soft rock to hard rock. This happens both laterally and vertically. River valleys are landforms carved by river erosion over a long period of time. River valleys are fertile lands and are often centers for human settlement and agriculture. Meanders and oxbow lakes are creation of a river. When a river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming large bends known as meander. Due to continuous erosion and deposition along the sides of meanders, the ends of a meander loop comes too closer. In due course of time, the meander loop cuts off from the river and forms a lake called an oxbow lake. Floodplains and levees. During floods, a river overflows its banks and deposits layers of fine soil and sediments. This process creates a wide, flat, and fertile area known as floodplain. The coarser sediment is dropped right at the river's edge, building up naturally raised banks called levees. Gorges and canyons are also created by river. A gorge is a narrow and steep valley carved by a river, often through hard rocks. A gorge is often smaller than a canyon. A canyon is a type of gorge that is exceptionally large and deep. Delta and estuaries. A delta is a fan-shaped area of low and flat land at the mouth of a river. It is where a river slows down and splits into smaller channels called distributaries. An estuary is a narrow mouth of a river where it merges with sea. Wind, too, is responsible for reshaping the existing rocks and landforms. Mushroom rocks are formed when winds erode the lower section of the rock faster than the top, creating a mushroom shape. Yardings are long, streamlined ridges of rock aligned with the prevailing wind, carved by wind-blown sand. Sand dunes are hills or ridges of sand created by wind. They form when wind transports and deposits sand. Loess is formed when very fine dust and silt are transported by wind over long distance and deposited in thick layers. Ice, primarily in the form of glaciers, shapes landforms through erosion and deposition. A surk is a bowl-shaped, amphitheater-like basin carved into the side of a mountain by a glacier. An arete is a narrow ridge of rocks that separates two valleys. It is typically formed when two glaciers erode parallel U-shaped valleys. Ice also create U-shaped valleys and horns. U-shaped valleys are formed when a glacier flows down a pre-existing V-shaped river valley. It widens and deepens it, creating a distinctive U-shaped valley. A horn is a sharp, pyramid-like peak that forms when several Surk's glaciers erode a mountain from multiple sides. The Matterhorn in the Alps is a famous example of a horn. Glacial striations are scratches and hooves cut into a bedrock as a glacier drags rocks and debris along its base. Glacial lakes are formed as depressions or basins created by glacial erosion. Sea waves make wonders with rocks. Waves erode the weaker rock, forming hollow out sea caves. When a cave erodes all the way through the headland, it creates a sea arc. Several cliffs and sea stacks are also work of sea waves. A cliff is a steep rock face along a coastline formed by the erosive power of wave undercutting the land. When the roof of a sea arc collapses, it leaves a tall, isolated column of rock called a sea stack. So, did you see that? Our planet is a dynamic and fascinating place. I believe that this video has helped you understand the powerful forces that continually shape our world. Thank you so much for watching.